the brother. In Daniel 7, it actually says Paltalk. I never brought this argument up because I wanted to grant it for the sake of argument. Even if we granted it for the sake of argument, it still backfires because of Daniel receiving worship from the king. But the actual word is serve. It doesn't strictly mean worship. And what do we know about the Messiah? The Messiah will have his own kingdom. He will be a king. So naturally, people will serve him. And that's what the Jews believe about the Messiah. It's an earthly kingdom on earth. And that's what it means in context, that the Messiah will be served in Daniel. I'm off the mic.
Okay. Is this better? Can you hear me now? Mic check? Okay, great. There has been a lot of talking of back and forth about the context of John. Let's go to the context of John. I have a question for Sami about John 12. This is what John says. This is what John believes about Yeshua, okay? For this reason, this is John 12, verse 40 through 41. For this reason, they did not believe because, as Isaiah says elsewhere, he has blinded their eyes and deadened their hearts. So, wait 1 second, can you please just stop the text? So they can neither see with their eyes nor understand with their hearts, and I would heal them. Now, this is what John says. Isaiah said this because he saw Yeshua's glory and spoke about him. Now, where does John quote from? He quotes from Isaiah 6. Who does Isaiah see there? This is what Isaiah 6 says. In the year of the death of Uzziah, I saw Adonai.
Okay, I'm on the mic. His time was over. But anyway, you brought up, 1 minute to ask you a question. You brought up John chapter 12. Let's read it from verse 37. Even after Jesus had done all these miraculous signs in their presence, they still would not believe in him. This was to fulfill the word of Isaiah the prophet, Lord, who has believed our message, and to whom the arm of the Lord. For this reason they could not believe, because as Isaiah says elsewhere, he has blinded their eyes and denied their hearts. Indeed, he was showing them the miracles, the signs, and they still rejected him as their Messiah. They wanted to kill him. So I agree, even after his signs and miracles, they still weren't satisfied. And that's what John chapter 12 is saying. And Isaiah 6, the verse you are going to bring up, Isaiah chapter 6, says nothing about God coming to earth. Rather someone is talking to God and saying, who shall I send? So if you were trying to put it with the context of Isaiah 6, that wouldn't help your case neither. Isaiah 6 says nothing about a God-man coming to earth in the flesh, if that was what you were trying to get to. It doesn't. So, according to John 12, and why don't we go to John chapter 13? In John chapter 13, John claims that the Father had given Jesus all things. Talk about context. And I am looking at the context, Thomas. When I quote John, the ending of his gospel, which says, I want you to believe that Jesus is the Son of God. Exactly. I'm putting all of the context together. That's what he wanted to preach. Not that Jesus was God. And I'm off the mic.
Okay, so Mr. Zaatari says that was the context. He didn't want to preach that Jesus was God, then explains John's statement in John 1:1. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. He says it explicitly right here. The Word was God. Jesus was God. It's as clear as it possibly can be. And I don't really have anything to say about the question that was asked because I don't see the relevance, but I do have something to say about the prophet Daniel. The context indicates the worship here is actually worship offered to God alone because the Son of Man is sitting at God's right hand, which, as I've noted, is the source of Yahweh's power and authority. Therefore, the Son of Man claims to share in Yahweh's authority. You say that because the Son of Man is given stuff, that doesn't mean that he's eternally had them. As I've noted, Richard Bauckham, noted biblical scholar, notes that the Greek and Hebrew and Aramaic here indicate that it is an eternal exaltation, not a temporal exaltation. That is, the Father is eternally exalting Jesus Christ over all things. So he's simply misusing the text here. And as that guy back there didn't know Arabic, you don't know Greek like Richard Bauckham does. So, yeah.
Okay, can I get a mic check? The Q&A is officially over. I don't know if you guys want to continue. The 20 or the 30 minutes are up. It's up to you guys if you want to continue or... Okay, Kabane, what do you want to do? Do you want to continue or just end it right now? Okay, I'll give you back the mic.
Don't worry, I'm not trying to use this to argue. I'm just saying that I cannot stay any longer because tomorrow I am going on vacation at 4 in the morning, so I need to get some rest. But it's been a great debate. I really enjoyed it. And thank you, Mr. Zaatari, for that debate, and thank you, everyone, for attending.